Season's greetings, YouTube friends. This video is going to be kind of random, but kind of not. I'm going to explain all this stuff in a minute, these items here and what I'm doing. And I want to read a little page and a half out of this book that I got, book that I got when I went to see and hear Robert Kennedy Jr. in Ojai, California on November the 19th. And then I want to talk about that for a minute because it might give you the inspiration to do something like that. And then, but before we do that, we're going to step over here because today is the first Sunday of Advent. And so a really beautiful, beautiful song to listen to today is, you can find it on YouTube. It's O Come, Emmanuel. But I kind of feel like it's the most beautiful rendition of this hymn. So I thought that would make some nice background music, right? So we're gonna let's see if I can turn it up a little. That song. There's my tree. Okay, so what I was talking about over here is yesterday was my niece's birthday, my niece Olivia, and I wasn't able to go to her pizza party at Topper's. So this morning I decided to make her breakfast, and I'm gonna take it over to her house and give it to her and her mom. So I'm using this container that I had from last year because it's got the lid. And I made scrambled eggs and pancakes and bacon. And then I got these 2 orange juices for her and her mom. And then I even have, this is a light pancake syrup. So I'm gonna put it in this bag. And then I'm gifting her this little package of tights. I found this at the thrift store. And then this little Christmas bracelet, I got this last night at Burlington Coat Factory. I thought that was so cute. Look at how cute it is. And then this is just a fun little Christmas scarf to wear from the Dollar Tree. So that's it. That's all I'm putting in her bag. Oh, and then, but before we go to my sister's house to deliver this, I'm gonna go through the McDonald's drive-thru on my way and get 2 hash browns to add to the breakfast. And then this thing, what I was gonna talk about is my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, every year, well, it's kind of high up there, but every year they take a Christmas picture together as a family. So I have this many now, so the idea I came up with was just to use this ribbon that I found. I've got a stash of ribbon and bows and whatnot. So then I just use little pins, see? The little stick pin. So yeah, so that's, and then it's hanging up from the curtain rod up there. Yeah, the curtain rod. This is one of my sacramentals. This is the Lord's Last Supper. So anyway, let me see if I can figure where I left off. I know I read that. I think. So for those of you who don't know this is a little book that I received on that day that I went to this fundraiser event, and this was a handout. We got this with bumper stickers and buttons to support Bobby Kennedy. So I'm reading this out of this book. So this was actually like an interview. So it's like excerpts from an interview, plus the writer, his remarks. So I think I left off here. Okay, to which this is the gentleman that was conducting the interview. So he's asking Bobby Kennedy, to which Mr. He's telling the story of the interview. So to which Mr. Essenstein responds, now he's asking Bobby Kennedy, have you been able to maintain the meditation practice during the rigors and daily intensity of the campaign? So this is Mr. Kennedy responding, yes, or yeah, I have to. It's not an option for me. I quote, let's see, okay, so I think this is the writer talking now. I quote from this interview extensively because I find it very rich and very odd. I've never heard a possible American president speak like this before, not even close. Mr. Kennedy's relation of his spirituality here is not a deftly dangled lure to snag votes. Too undowingly drawn out. Too indecorously frank. Now, I'm just being honest, but I don't know the definitions of that word or that word, so I'm going to have to look that up. Nor is it meant to signal a high score on a purity test. In his presidential announcement speech, Mr. Kennedy admits, I told my wife the other day, I got so many skeletons in my closet that if they could vote, I could be king of the world. Nor is this spirituality well, there's the third word. I do not know what the meaning of that word is. Nor is this spirituality a shibboleth to assert tribal identity, to proudly and clearly distinguish himself from others. With its mixture of 12 steps, daily meditation, whitewater kayaking, and God, his is too personal, too mongrel. I'm not sure what mongrel means. Too mongrel and eclectic, too much an embarrassment to a particular orthodoxy to do that. Boy, that was quite a lot, wasn't it? Rather, this is the spirituality of a man post-tragedy, post-heroin, post-40 days in the wilderness. Okay, I need to read that over again. Rather, this is the spirituality of a man post-tragedy, post-heroin, post-40 days in the wilderness. Now, I definitely know what it feels like to be in the wilderness. Not the self-pleased, spick and span, airbrushed piety we've come to accept from presidential candidates these days, but practical spirituality. I guess I'll just finish this real quick, you guys. Urgent spirituality, unoptional spirituality. And I wonder how much of Mr. Kennedy's appeal is because he so openly stands upon the groundless ground of the sacred. And does his appeal disclose some kind of mounting revolt against the shallow orient of life these days, with its emojis, digital filters, and duck-faced selfies? Oh my goodness. A revolt against our chintzy, breathless, unexamined life of appearances. Is Mr. Kennedy scratching an edge for realness, for depth, for a life not merely horizontal but vertical too? And is Mr. Kennedy satisfying a want for a certain sort of light the light that shines only through a great wound. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has spoken of the deep religious background that was part of the gestalt of his upbringing. As a child, he attended Mass daily, sometimes twice, with his family, and there were 3 shrines to St. Francis, who inspired Mr. Kennedy's middle name at his childhood home in Virginia. On the 2nd floor landing, the 3rd floor landing, and one in the garden. Mr. Kennedy has written a children's book about the saint and his pet hawks. He has been a falconer since he was young, nested in the home's eaves. Okay, so I'm just gonna be really honest. I feel inspired by the Holy Spirit to go and show this to you now, because he's mentioning who inspired Mr. Kennedy's middle name. Okay. Mr. Kennedy has written a children's book about the saint. I want to show you something. They gotta see this. Did you hear? Did you hear what I just read? Did you hear what I read? Oh my God.
I know you're an idiot. God, you're a legend in your own mind.
He talks about the book that I got.
Who?
You don't. Never mind. Sorry, guys. I cannot edit, but yeah, no. I just had to show that to you. All right, I'm going to close for now. Bye, you guys.